What up, world? Oh man, that feels so awkward to do. Trying to give some more energy in these vlogs from now on because definitely have been very uncomfortable in the first like couple of weeks or whatever. A couple of weeks I was doing them. It's distracting because there's noises going on of other people in the house. But what did I want to say? What did I want to say? Yes, I'm often wearing the same sweatshirt and hat when I do these because I'm usually doing these either when I'm going out for a run or when I'm back from the gym, or at least that's how it's been so far. So, I do have other clothes. Not a whole lot, but I do have other clothes. I do wear more than just this. This is just like my go-to sweatshirt and hat, because I don't really wear hats. But it's gotta keep all this contained, all this back here. So, lot going on, a lot going on, a lot going on. There's part of me that's thinking like, man, I wish I had started these vlogs sooner. I wish I had gotten set up to do this sooner, because things really are kind of picking up, and I don't, I'm not a fortune teller or whatever. Things are definitely picking up. There's a couple things. I created a gratitude group about a year ago, maybe more than that. I was encouraged to do so. It was an idea that came out from an entrepreneur group where a bunch of people for a day were posting what they were grateful for. Close-knit entrepreneur group. And it gave me this idea of like, man, how awesome. And this is basically, I guess, the pitch if you want to join it, because you're welcome to. I was basically thinking I learned like how important gratitude was and how useful it was, how beneficial it was to our lives, and I basically was thinking like, man, I was trying to practice gratitude, and I was thinking, man, how awesome, how valuable would it be if there was a group of people, there was a group where the members just posted what they were grateful for, like a gratitude log in like an online public gratitude log. I was like, man, it would be hard not to be grateful. It would be hard not to have like positive energy every day. It would be hard not to like be moving forward in your life when you're surrounded by that. Unless you're really, really unwilling to receive it, really refusing it. So I was thinking about how awesome that would be. I was like, if you had a group of people, they're all trying to cultivate gratitude and they're all posting what they're grateful for publicly, that'd be so powerful. So I created this group with the encouragement of my friend Daniel, and it kind of just sat there. I added all the people that had posted what they were grateful for in this entrepreneur group, and it was kind of cool. People were kind of like into it, but like I never really was like, hey, I'm gonna add you to this. I just like added a couple people. I knew most of them, at least a little bit, but I never really, I wrote a description, but like it fizzled out. I didn't really mess with it. I was too scared, I guess, at that time really to do it. I felt like I had to do everything myself, and I wanted to grow this thing and turn it into something, and potentially I could even become like an authority on gratitude and create products or services to help people with gratitude. Because at this point, I've seen how helpful it's been in my life to move me forward. So I had all those thoughts in my head, but really I was just focusing on the group and knowing that in itself would be valuable to me and to others. But I felt like I had to do it all myself, and I let go. And I don't know when, but a year later, a couple months ago, Daniel was like, you know what? I want to do the gratitude group again. I want to get that going. And I was kind of like, okay, you're welcome to do that. But like wasn't really like into it. I was just too focused on other things and probably still had my judgments about it or whatever. And so he got it going. And my father also, my dad was in the group. I don't know when I added him, probably a while ago. But between the two of them, I was super grateful for this. I wrote about it in a post when I finally got back to writing the post there. The two of them basically became like epic freaking recruiters, I guess, for me. and I didn't even ask them to. And I came back to the group one day, and it had gained like 20, 30 members, and now it's up to like 80 members, and it started at like 10 or something that most of them weren't even active in the group. So yeah, a couple weeks later, actually, since I first. Why is the lighting so bad? Seems to be a way to fix it. So oh, now there's a Super Bowl, a bouncy ball rolling across the floor. Might be. So yeah, so it's a little while later. That video cut out. I didn't have enough storage on my phone, and it stopped. So it's probably a couple weeks later now. It's at least a week later when I'm recording this video again. There is a Grant Cardone, Caleb Maddox video thing that I did today, and I'm actually shooting it the same day. It's not really a lot of a reason to say that other than just to let you know, again, how I'm going about this journey and stuff. So, I just stopped the video and I was about to do it over again, and I was like, no, Ian, you said you're not doing that anymore. One take. So that's how it is. I might cut it up. But I'm not really sure what I was getting at in that video. I thought it was important to share that because it was a part of what I keep referring to as the journey here. It was a part of what has been happening for me. And it was something that I thought, I guess, like part of it to me was it was really important to show how something you do a while ago can come back around. And I'm kind of in a place when I'm still there. It's only a couple weeks later, but I mean, a lot can change. A lot can change in a couple weeks. But when I did that video, I think I was very much in that place, realizing that I'd already done several things in the year prior that were kind of coming back around, and not even just in that year. Obviously, I'd been working at this entrepreneur thing for a while now, for 2 years or a little over 2 years or whatever. In some ways, probably all my life. But it was kind of like noticing just how things can come back around like that, where something you put out there at one time and you begin on might not really cultivate into something until later, but if it's there, you can come back around to it. I have a thought of like another 2 things there in my mind that are like that I've done. Actually, one of them I would say probably are doing these videos, which obviously is still very early on. I have very few public videos, but all the same, I know where I'm kind of taking this, and I know why I'm doing it, so to speak. In some of the ways that I haven't talked about yet, because this is still so early on. But yeah, I mean, I put 2 videos out a year ago. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The point is that these things you put out there, sometimes you're not really ready to take them on, or sometimes it's just... I feel like I've said it 3 times already. You can come back around to it and they become something. It's crazy to me of what happened about having like 10 people in that group and nothing really happening with it, and then coming back to it, and I didn't even have to do anything. I let go of feeling like I have to do everything here to at least get the ball rolling and to get other people to help me. Like, I let go of that and I walked away, and 2 other people turned it into something, brought, as of today, I think there's 84 members in the group, and which it hasn't gained a lot since I last did this video, but it's gained a couple people, and it's actually lost a person or 2 for who knows what reason. I don't know. I haven't asked the people directly, but it's still growing. And really, like, in that time, I haven't been focusing on it. I think, my father's probably been, there's other things to do, that's all. And, but what makes me kind of realize is that I can optimize on this that way, saying, okay, I've got 80 people now. If, if 10 of those people basically become recruiters of some kind for me. Just in terms of they like the group, you know. When I feel like when I say recruiters, I turn it into like this, I don't know, this kind of yeah, militant thing. That's what I was trying to say. But it's not like that. It's just like, you know, if people find value in something, and they're you know, a fan of it, and they're, you know, a raving fan or customer, and they're willing to, they want to share it with people, they're willing to do that, that again, it can create more, it can grow it. So it's like, you know, if you just think about it, I had 10 people in that group, maybe 15, I don't know exactly how many it was, probably depending on the time, but one person started to make a difference besides myself. Then, you know, another person was added. 2 people basically took it from 15 people or whatever to 80. Now, that was like 10% of the group total volume, right? 2 people was roughly 2%. Maybe it was more, maybe it was whatever, 20%. But it's like, if you have just 10% of people in a group who are loyal fans to you, making things happen, who are just sharing it because they want to, then that grows exponentially. So yeah, I was so excited when I saw the video on my YouTube listed as private, because it's just, obviously it's private being that it's not public yet, but I was so happy when I saw it there, because I was like, oh, here's like a 5-minute video, I'll just throw this one together and put it out there. And then I was like, oh, the video cut off. So here I am finishing it. I guess I'll end it now. Maybe I'll cut it up, but I'm at a, I guess the last thing to say is I'm at a place where instead of being a perfectionist, I'm just getting things done right now. I realize how early on I am with this stuff, and I'm not worrying about like, there's something to be said about putting not great content out, or what doesn't fit with your audience, because it potentially turns them away or whatnot. I'm just not worried about that, because I'm doing this all from a place of intention that's looking to deliver value and good content. So I'm growing, like I'm learning as I go along this, and my focus, instead of being like, oh, we gotta make this perfect and everything, right now is just to be improving. Every time I do it is to improve. So that's kind of where I'm at with life, really, with entrepreneurship, and with, even more specifically, the vlog series. So yeah, peace. And we cut again. So it's actually 91 members. Yeah, word. So almost 10 more than I thought it had.